You're listening to the One Man Show Network. Welcome to the MMA Fight Picks Podcast with your host, Aaron Weinbaum.
Hey kids, welcome to the MMA Fight Picks Podcast. I am your host, Aaron Weinbaum, and welcome back. We are picking the fights this week for UFC São Paulo, Brazil, September 22nd, held at a venue I cannot pronounce, so I will not try. Main event, of course, Eric Anders versus Thiago Santos. So, first up, I'm not just doing main event cards, I'm doing really the fighters and the fights I'd like to see. And as always, feel free to hop on in and help me pick. Whoops. And I just messed up. See, this is what happens when you go live. I say that every week. All right, first up, we have Tails Leadys against Hector Lombard. Man, this is a good fight. This is a good free fight card, by the way, and it's not even a main Big Fox one. Ladies' last loss would be against Jack Hermanson. Before that, Brad Tavares. But he beat Sam Alvey, which is no joke. And I got to see him fight, I believe. No, I did not. I'm sorry. I take that back. I did not get to see him fight live. So, alternates wins and losses. Then you have Hector Lombard, legend in Bellator before he hopped over to UFC. Didn't have as much luck. Man, he has had 5 losses in a row. That's crazy. His last loss to CB Dalloway due to an illegal punch. I remember seeing that fight. I don't think you heard the bell, but lost to Anthony Lionheart Smith. Now, that fight I did see in Pittsburgh. It was awesome. I had food poisoning, but I still got to see that fight. That's when I knew Anthony Lionheart Smith was no joke. Before that, he loses to Johnny Hendricks, Dan Henderson, Neil Magny. Man, his last win has... I didn't realize this. His last win was in March 2014. Man. Whew. I think this is Tails' swan song. I believe this is his last fight. I'm going to pick him for the win. You know, in Brazil. Yeah, got to go with Tails Leadys. Next up, Francisco Trinaldo versus Evan Dunham, who I believe is also, this is his last fight as well. This is at lightweight. Last fight, of course, is at middleweight, if I forgot to mention. Evan Dunham last lost to James Vick. Decision, he beat Jim Miller before that. Lost to Kevin Lee before that. Got choked out. Excuse me. But he has wins over Paul Felder, Yancy Medeiros, and Ross Pearson. So he was on a nice little streak before that. Then you got Evan Dunham. His last loss to Olivier Aubin-Mercier, a draw to Benny Dariush, no joke. But then he had 4 wins in a row before that. Rick Glenn, Joe Lozon, Ross Pearson, Rodrigo Dam. Man, I love to pick these guys in the Swan songs. I want to pick Evan Dunham. I think that Trinaldo. I think he's just at a different stage of the game. I like Evan Dunham, and sorry you blocked my account there, my iQuinta account, Evan Dunham, but hey, I got a couple of viewers. Feel free to shoot me a message. I'm having trouble with the comments, and I'm not sure if they are working, so anyway. I got to go with Trinaldo, sorry. And Evan Dunham, I wish you nothing but the best. If this truly is your last fight, maybe we'll see you in bare knuckling. I don't know. Charles Oliveira, the sometimes featherweight, the current lightweight. I don't know that he's ever going to go back to featherweight. I don't think he can make the weight. Last fight up, Charles Oliveira. And then he's fighting Christos Giagos. So let's go through Oliveira first. Last fight, win against Clay Guida, a submission, round 1. For that, he lost to Paul Felder, no joke. But he owns a win over Will Brooks, which is impressive. And 2 featherweight losses Ricardo Lamas and Anthony Pettis. I think lightweight is his home. I hope he stays there. I don't think the weight is a problem anymore. Truth be told, don't know much about his opponent. Man, this is his first UFC fight. Okay, so I'm going to say it's his debut. Say Oliveira is high caliber. I'm going to say Oliveira takes this. Next up, smiling Sam Alvey, friend of the podcast, takes on Antonio Rogero Nogueira. Little Nog. You know it's been a rough life for Little Nog if he is known as the better-looking twin. Woo! I like this fight. Sam's last fight, a win against Jean Vellante. Before that, beats Marcin Prasino, I believe. Lost before that to Razman Amiv. And that was a catchweight deal, short notice fight. He didn't have much time to make 185 pounds. I don't think that weight cut went well. And then wins against Rashad Evans. Wow, I like this. And then you got a legend of the sport, Pride legend, MMA legend, Nogueira. I think Nogueira, his best days have been behind him. His last fight was a loss to Ryan Bader, and that was way back 2016. Bader got him in round 3. Before that, he beats Patrick Cummins. Then he's got 2 losses, Shogun Hua and a knockout, Anthony Johnson. And that's way back in 2014. I like Sam Alvey, and not just because he was on the podcast. I think he's an up-and-comer. I think 205 is probably his home. It's his right weight class. And I see him taking Little Nog out and possibly out of the sport. Wow. Next up. Uh-oh. Had a little issue here. I hope I did not kill the video. I did not kill the video, thank God. Okay. Good deal. All right, next up, the main event of the evening. Thiago Santos versus Eric Anders coming in on short notice. Usually, both these guys have fought at middleweight. Let's take a look at Thiago first. Last win against Kevin Holland, UFC, just not too far, August 4th. So UFC 227. Before that, he loses to David Branch at middleweight. But he owns a win against the Lionheart back in October 2017, so not even a year ago. So that's pretty impressive. Let's go to Eric Anders now. His last fight, he won by kick to the head, and it was a deal where his hand was barely off the mat. You can say it was luck. You can say it was skill. If that was skill, he is the best athlete with precision striking I've ever seen. I think it was lucky that his hand was off the mat and he kicked Tim Williams in the head. Before that, he loses to Lyoto Machida. I don't know if he was ready for that. But all other wins besides that. So, this is tough. I don't know, because I like Eric Anders. This is a fight at 205. He usually fights 185. It's about 5 days' notice. He's got to make that trip out to Brazil. I'm sure he has to cut some weight. He doesn't have to cut a ton of weight. But he's going to have to cut some weight. He's got a long flight to Brazil. The hotel conditions aren't always tip-top there. And we'll see. Thiago Santos. Ooh. You know what? Oh, I just got a comment here. I think Anders said he asked the rest before the fight against Williams to go over the down opponent rule. Craig Allen, thank you for that. Well, you know what? If he got that, by pure skill, then good for him, man. I like him. It was kind of an ugly fight, but I think he's a gamer. I think he's an athlete, and I think he'll do nothing but get better. Well, thank you for that tip, Craig. And Craig, if you're still on here, who do you got for the main event of the evening? Is it Eric Anders or Thiago Santos? I was just about to make my pick. He is not answering. All right. Well, I will throw his pick in there. Let's see here. Tough those. He got it late in the third round, eh? Yeah. Well, Craig has Santos 100%. He is sure. I am going to make the same pick. I am not as sure. We'll see if Eric Anders does better at 205. I think the short notice trip. I think a few other factors, being in Brazil. Yeah, I got Santos. Also, love when you guys jump on. Love when you guys play along. And that is it for the podcast, unless you all have anything else to add. Until next time, this is Aaron Weinbaum. You can find me on the MMA account, Not Coker, Quinta Realty, and, of course, Dana Unleashed. And until next time, shalom.
Please remember to support the podcast by visiting the affiliate links on AaronSaysWhat.com.
Are you looking for a permanent home for your podcast? Well, Spreaker can do it all. Spreaker will give you your own RSS feed that you can submit to other platforms, including iTunes. Spreaker's mobile app will let you record from your smartphone, or you can use their web-based console with everything you need to record. Their podcasting plans include being able to host multiple shows at no extra charge. Got a YouTube channel? Spreaker's got you covered. You can effortlessly upload your podcast audio to your channel. You can even move your current podcast to Spreaker without losing any of your iTunes subscribers. Try any plan 30 days for free using promo code ASW.